Feeling stuck and don't know how to get out of your rut? Well, in this video, I answer a question from my audience and share some tips with you on how to find motivation and find that new source of internal fire. Hey there, my name's Jimmy from My Online Guy, and if you're feeling down and out, then this video is for you. I'm going to share some tips with you on how you can find motivation and break out of your rut. So stay tuned because the best is yet to come. First question comes from Travis from Mornington in Victoria. I currently have a marketing agency, so I assume he owns one. So I currently own or have a digital marketing agency and a successful YouTube channel. But I feel like I'm in a bit of a slump. I'm starting to lose motivation as I feel like I'm just going through the motions. Have you ever felt like this? And how do you handle it? Man, I feel like this all the time. Like it's just a part of running a business in general. So let's unpack this a little bit. Basically, Travis is got a marketing agency, got a successful channel, sort of hitting some good marks, let's assume, but is starting to lose motivation. So interestingly enough, I only just had a conversation about this with a friend. Basically, you can get into a bit of a rut. You know, life is interesting because life is a series of ups and downs. Very few people have a stoic enough life where it's just the same feelings and emotions all the time. People spend their whole life trying to chase it. But let's say you're like me, you have series of up and downs. You know, you go on this big high, you know, get pick up big customers, and then bang, one of your staff members leaves, or your mum gets sick, or something like that. You know, life ebbs and flows, right? So the goal is to try and balance those ebbs and flows out, so it's less ebby and less flowy. Easy to say that in theory. So you're losing motivation basically. And I'm assuming the reason that's happening is because your life's getting easy-ish, you know, you like got the clients, got the customers. Let's say marketing is not as big a challenge for you. I found this. This explicit thing has happened to me. And it's part of the reason why I'm pushing so hard on YouTube and TikTok at the moment, because what I found is like when I started doing search engine optimization, it was a real challenge for me. There was so much to learn, so much to do, so much to think. When I first started the agency, it was such a challenge for me. I had to learn so much, to do so much, things like that. When I worked at Boatman Machinery and as the branch manager, there was a whole bunch of problems. It was a challenge for me. I had to fix it. I found once I fixed the problems, learned SEO really well and comfortably, got the agency running well, the challenge disappeared. And because the challenge disappeared, my drive and motivation to keep pushing as hard as I did waned. Now, the way you get over that is to constantly push yourself out of your comfort zone. So like I said, about 2 months ago, I was like sitting here going, oh, you know, your work's getting done. I know SEO. I'm just kind of going through the motions. And I went, okay, well, I really am annoyed that I cannot blow up on TikTok or have a successful YouTube channel. It really annoys me because like, I know what I'm talking about. I know marketing. I should be able to do that stuff. So I went, okay, well, I'm going to take this as a challenge. I'm going to try and get to 300 subscribers. And I said 500,000 TikTok followers, probably a little bit ambitious, but let's say a couple of thousand TikTok followers by the end of the year. Because I went, well, the reason I'm not pushing myself in those other areas is because it's a big hurdle, you know, like I know nothing about TikTok. I knew nothing, very little about YouTube. But once I started committing myself to it and learning it, I got a bit of the drive back that drove me initially when I started learning SEO and started the agency. And what that did and what that caused is this feedback loop where I got super excited again, and it started to flow on in other stuff, whether it's the agency, I'm back at the gym 4 days a week now. It kind of flowed on to the rest of my life. When I had some kind of purpose and goal and challenge, made me focus my energies on what's important, which is growth. And I started changing a whole bunch of stuff. Like I've been to the gym now for a month straight, going 4 days a week, which was always my goal to set up with. Now, I couldn't tell you why I wasn't doing that at the start, because now that I'm doing it, it's just part of the routine. But I feel like the trigger for me to do that was the fact that I took on a new challenge that would really put me out of my comfort zone, which is like growing the YouTube channel and growing the TikTok. And you'll see, if you go back 90 days, you'll see we went from posting nothing to like just being everywhere. Because I'm the kind of person, I'm sure you are too, that if you apply yourself to something, you go balls to the wall and learn better than everyone. I would say now, as arrogant as this sounds, I would say that I know more about YouTube and TikTok than a good chunk of the people out there, because I applied myself. I haven't hit the goals yet, which is what keeps me driving. But being conscious of that and going, I feel like I'm in a rut because I've like climbed to the top of the mountain, put my flag in, and then I don't know what to do from here, is the first step. And I honestly, the best thing you can do right now, if you have sort of climbed the mountain, you're going through the motions, is to do something that you don't know how to do that takes you out of your comfort zone. I found the best growth as a person for me and the best satisfaction I get is when I take myself seriously out of my comfort zone and then hit a mark. Um, whether that's starting this agency, coming from my 9 to 5 to starting this agency, whether it's learning and dominating SEO, whether it's learning Google Ads. When we started the agency, I had no idea how Google Ads really worked. Now I would say I have a very high level of Google Ads understanding because I went, I'm going to need to learn this. Reason I haven't learned it is because it's so foreign to me, but I'm going to push and persevere. So it doesn't have to be something marketing based or digital space either. Like, let's say, for instance, you like MMA, go and learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or something. Go and start something that you don't know how to do and make that the challenge. And then you watch, it will naturally flow onto everything that you do. Like I said, I was thinking about this literally yesterday, talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, why am I going to the gym 4 days a week now when I had that intention ages ago? And I feel like it's because I've got a new challenge, and that challenge has flowed onto everything else I've done because my mindset about life has changed because I now have some kind of tangible target to hit. So give that some thought. Travis, it may or may not work for you. I don't know your specific circumstances, but I found that recently that's helped me a lot with getting caught in a bit of funk in a flow state. So hopefully that answers your question.